Welcome back to my YouTube channel where everything is absolutely it's Rainbow Darling. Today we are celebrating 1,000 darlings. I am super grateful that you darlings have helped me out to get to this beautiful milestone. I mean, I am still a very small channel, but on YouTube, I think for anyone, when you hit your 1,000 subscriber milestone, it makes all the difference. And today I've decided actually to tell you a story that I couldn't really tell my mom the story or my close friends the story or anyone that really I feel should have heard the story when it happened. The only people that really knew what happened were those that were affected in the story. And as you can already see, my title is I got spiked. Oh my god. By me getting spiked, it's one thing for your drink to be spiked, but once that drink gets into your system, darling, mamela, you are the one that is spiked. So let's take this whole story actually, because I'm doing a story time. Where's my tea? I'm doing a story time and I really want you to hear the story. And you know what? I thought this would never happen to me. Being spiked was always that thing. I mean, when I was in primary school, high school, learning in life orientation, that people, when they go to parties, their drinks can be spiked and weird things can be done to them. Nonetheless, Siithembs was living the life, being the person that he is. And also, I'm very careful. I'm very careful. And even when I'm very drunk, I know that I need to go home. But when I'm tipsy and I know I can control myself, all I need to do is entertain and be entertained. Let me put you into perspective and give you a bit of background information of what it was and how this happened. Bow. It was the 3rd of Jan. And I remember this because where I worked. So I was in Cape Town. I worked for a restaurant and pubs, and I was the manager there, right? And the team that I had, that I was in charge of, it was almost time. There were a few students that were also a part of it, and then there were people that were doing the time full-time, like as a full-time job. So as a manager, it's my duty obviously to end this whole festive team, and as we separate and as some go this side, the rest will stay. But we were a team and we knew each other and we worked very well together. So it would be nice to just celebrate. And the work that I worked at had a karaoke night every single Wednesday. So we were like, guys, Zini, after December strong, we have been at it. Let's all together just join the karaoke and be beautiful, and let's have all the fun. Altogether, there was 11 of us in terms of the team. No, not the team, because the team also brought their own friends. And Mamela, we are now prepared. I remember I worked that day, so I worked during the day, cute, and everyone else that I worked with, we did our thing. And then some girls went home and some stayed. And also, I'm in Kolpe. So the thing about being Kolpe in Cape Town, culture just generally, you work here, you stay here, you also party here, which is a very weird culture for me. I'm not that girl. Really am not that girl. I like working elsewhere, going out elsewhere. I like partying elsewhere, and I want to live elsewhere. Like I like knowing that my map is broad and my map is, like I'm connected. I'm not within a bubble. Anyway, that was the culture. Some people just had to just walk back. That's why they came to work that day. They were scheduled to work. Well, I scheduled them to work, so that all they have to do is go back home, clean up, and those that live very far from work, they obviously taking care of themselves during the day. And I'm a manager. No matter how far I live, I have to be at work, right? Anyway, it's now Wednesday evening. It's 8 o'clock. Everyone is done. Everyone is here. Not everyone's here. I was one of the first people that night. Because I was in a rush also, because as a manager, you must clock people out as well. So I did leave, but I also came back very quickly because I knew that the last group that leaves around about 7:30 to 8:30, I need to be there, even though I'm going to be all parties used up and ready to celebrate the beautiful season that I just experienced with the girls, right? Okay, cute, Mamela. Out of all these girls, I had at least three that were, OGs, like OG. Hey, if only I knew this was gonna happen that night. Anyway, I'm not gonna even stretch the karaoke itself. To those that don't know karaoke, hi bo! Basically, music, lyrics, you or your team, you sing along. But everyone is actually involved. It's fun. It's loud. It's glorious. Karaoke is one of my favorite things because it's connecting, and you don't have to know anything, but you just have to have fun. That is the biggest rule. And also, and I don't know lyrics, a lot of lyrics. So as far as I am within karaoke. But no, it was around 10, right? We've been at it, okay? I haven't been drinking a lot because I knew that, I'm a manager and these girls are having fun with me, but I still have to, be that girl like, okay, ladies, we're having fun, but of course, I've still got it all together. The only thing that was weird around that time was the attention. So Nane Chamizam, the way we were dressed obviously was cute, and I'm with lovely girls that are confident. They are showing skin, so they are alive. They are here, and as they're showing skin, Siithembs, darling, is showing skin because we love our skin. Anjalong, hi boy, and there's been this security by the door that's been very weird. Every time we've been in and out, his eyes just happen to start by the legs, up the bum, and to my friend's boobs. But that was always, and I was always like, okay, I'm walking around with girls, and I always have the confidence whenever I'm with girls that the attention is not directed to me. Like it's not about me. These girls are beautiful and they have the assets, I'm not saying it's great, but as a boy that's with girls, I'm the last one to be attractive here, right? In terms of, people are drunk people, they want goodies, and I do not have those goodies. And for me, that's not even offensive. It doesn't even make me feel some sort of way. I actually feel safe if it's anything, because I don't want attention when I'm going to have fun. I'm here to have fun. Don't stop me. Don't do weird things. And I shouldn't be fighting for my life. I should not be fighting for my life, right? Anyway, Babes was the suspicious one. Healy, around 11, he was gone. Healy, you look around, he's on the floor. He's clocked out, there's another replacement. I'm like, okay, I don't like the guy that has been looking at me the most tonight, that he's not working. Because what made me also comfortable is the fact that he is working. As the group, we've had our fun. And we were dancing, we were karaokeing, Beyonce's, the Queens, the Brenda Fasses. Everything was within, and karaoke is wild. If you've gone to a karaoke, it's limitless, and you don't stop till it's time to go home. Now it's around 12 o'clock. It's not time to go home for me yet, but my girls have expressed that for them. They've already felt like it's a bit time to go home, but not all of them. And I don't go home at 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock, it's the beginning. I also pace myself when I drink that we still have 12 o'clock. We actually have time. So it's not going to work at all. You have to. Woo! Anyway. I took some of the girls and I met their parents and then all their boyfriends or their husbands, whoever I employed, how old or young they were, sent them back. But there was one friend that was left with me, and Ketina Singo. Yabona Tina Sobabini. Even during work, we were those girls. Even after work, sometimes cough. When you in hospitality, or a shot. It's been a day, darling. It's been a day. Let's go. Yeah, so she was that friend. Show me, must take a cocktail. But I feel like it's my last drink for the night. And I was like, okay, cute. Let's buy our cocktail. I'm cool with doing one more drink for the night, and we can just do shots later before we go, because we've drunk enough. And also the budget is really not the most when it comes to Okay, I want a cocktail there 120. No. I feel there's a problem the moment a cocktail can cost that much. But uthanda izinto, we were within. We bought our cocktails, no chomi yams, ambizo chomi. I'm gonna call my friend Darrrling. So me and Darrrling start now, because this is where the story actually begins. Darrrling and I buy the cocktail, right? Then we go to the bar area and we speak to a few colleagues because I work here. So they're just seeing Siithembs on a different vibe, that's all. Otherwise, it's my safety. I kind of can maneuver myself everywhere, anywhere, with whomever. I have access to every door, actually. So I was in a pretty safe space, regardless if it was after 12. And Darrrling and I were having a conversation, and we were, doing the vibes. And Darrrling and I already also had a conversation that this might be my last karaoke because I might be coming to Joburg. So we really needed our together time. Yo! The night changed after I needed the bathroom. I quickly needed the bathroom. You know when you need the bathroom out of nowhere and you're like, Diez. Anyway, left my bathroom, came back after like 5 to 10 minutes because I am a bit, I am feeling myself a little bit, but when I'm feeling myself like that, when I'm having a little bit of hot flushes and I can feel that I'm drunk or just tipsy, I kind of am composed because I'm a queen, darling, because I'm drunk. I have alcohol and the percentage has risen above expectation and we are activated, right? So I came back from the bathroom and my drink was there, everything was perfect, but my friend wasn't there. But I can't blame my friend, it was literally, she also needed the bathroom urgently. So I did not see babes ungene toilet mna, but ungene kwenye toilet, can't figure out drinking zethu to listen, Mamela here, if it's not then that this happened, I don't know when else, because immediately after I had that sip of drink, that night changed immediately. Immediately, because after that, I forgot everything. Because whatever I'm going to tell you now, it's everything that was kind of told to me of what happened. And then I'm going to then tell you what happened after, because so apparently I was reacting after I've had the sip of drink and my friend came back after I've waited for her for some time. When she arrived, I was on top of a guy and I was doing a lap dance. Darrrling, a queen does not do free public lap dances, okay? Never. Etiquette, that's just the rule. But no, Siithembs was here, darling. Giving them I was just within, engraved and very dedicated to my arts and exposing how wonderfully I can use my body to be this girl on top of you. Obviously, my friend would not stop me because I am Siithembs, so I've made the decision to do this. And as much as I was a little bit tipsy, nothing seemed there yet for her. So she was just like, okay. I didn't know that when you get to this point of the beverage, this is the things that you do. For her, it was the first time she was experiencing me with a very high beverage amount in my system, well, alcohol percentage. So for her, it was a matter of, well, is this Siithembs so cute? Oh, girl! That was a red flag, because as much as for her this was happening and it was cute, she was still concerned, because when I do something such as, I would have planned every move of it, and I would have at least told one person. If it's anyone that night that I would tell, it was her. So for her, she was a little bit confused, but she let it go. It was fine. She then came to me, but like she took me away from the guy at some point, but it was also fine. There was no scene caused. It was just like, Chom, I think it's okay now. Yeah, grand. And it was okay. I cooperated. I can cooperate if I need to. Not the problem. My friend and the barman together. Banje. And also, it's almost 2 o'clock, and the problem here is that we're going to need to leave because that's when the restaurant that I worked at, the bar area where the drinkeries, the karaoke, that's when they close. We were cool, we were prepared for that, and I thought after that I'm going home, right? Though I'm not sure really if I am going home, I'm no longer myself fully at all, right, Mamel? So my friend told me this is what happened. The barman, they did all the closing of the shop, and I was outside waiting for them. I don't know what I was doing outside, but my friend caught me outside. This is the problem, which I don't know how to feel about this whole thing. After everything was done, we went on a car, right? In a car. But now we're going to CBD Cape Town. From Kalk Bay, we're going to CBD because in CBD Cape Town, there are clubs that are open at that time, and there's a vibe, there's a movement, there's just some sort of buzz that we are now in. This whole karaoke thing, we were lekker in terms of we are going to a goodbye end of year party. We went to town apparently, and when we got to town, apparently I opened the car immediately when they stopped. Opened the car because there's a lot of people and I was ready. I was like, Molweni High Siithembs has arrived, okay, darling. My friend was now confused because after all of that, apparently my friend and the boyfriend were having a shumzanzum in town, and I took off my shoes, gave it to my friend to hold, and I disappeared. Go 3 exen. Haba unga disappearisha ngo 3 exen uqaba. Then game again the disappearisha ngo 3 and disaster man dia disappearisha ngo 3. I'm not aware that it's 3 a.m. I am disappearing, and the safest person or the closest person to me right now that is aware that I am no longer in my most normal condition is away from me too, right? That was the last thing I got from my friend when I obviously met her the next day. When I asked her when was the last time we had interaction, she was like, go chomi, and that's the thing. I did give her my shoes because she had my shoes. She also had my phone, so I took out my phone, gave it to her. But I don't have control of what is happening. So I woke up in a container. It wasn't a container in my head immediately. When I opened my eyes, it was dark around me. And there were other people. But no one was saying anything, but everyone was lousy and drowsy. And I was very confused. And I was tapping around. I could feel flesh, human, but I couldn't see properly what was happening. And there was a light, but it was very far. But obviously, knowing what it was now, it was the door. I literally crawled to the door and I pushed the door open. When I pushed the door open, I remember I was in a confined space that was closed. But there was only a fence. I don't know how we got over. It was an electric fence. I don't know how. I don't know what, when, who. I went over the electric fence. This is the next day. The drink hasn't worn off, but I'm feeling weird. But I also I feel like I'm in a danger zone. I feel alone, but I also know that there's something wrong because what I just saw did not make sense. And where I'm at it's not hitting any bells. I was about to be human trafficked because where we were, it was isolated and there was a group of us. I don't remember the faces again because of the space that I was in and the condition. But from that container, if that container was taken, or if I don't even know where I really don't know where I was. There's only one part that I can start tracking my journey where I started remembering what is happening and where I'm at. When I started seeing Iratanga Junction, Century City to those that live in Cape Town. So from CBD, Century City, something got me there. I don't know who, when, why, but I was within being ready to be transported. I don't know to whom, to when, or to what country, for what reasons, but I mean, I was out. Obviously, I was trying to make sense of what was happening. I was not wearing my clothes. Guys, I was wearing striped clothes that I don't know where they came from. I don't know how they got into my body. And my head, I'm not sure if you guys have seen it. It's here. Sorry for my nails. I'm trying to get rid of them. There was this. This was bleeding. So all that blood had covered my face. And I didn't even see it, but I obviously felt pain in random parts of my body, but I was not touched in weird places. So there was no sexual, harassment. No, I'm very sure of that. But something happened and I might have not, I don't know, I wasn't cooperating. Was I cooperating? I really don't know what was really happening, but Oksalayo girl was going through the most. I walked my way to the nearest train station. When I got there, waited for a train. I thought my life is normal and I was like, I'm not going to make a scene out of this. I'm going to try getting home, cleaning myself so that I don't know. I felt a little bit irresponsible and I felt like, I don't know how I let or allow this happen to me. But the drama happens at the station and I have blood. I'm clearly wearing the baggiest of clothes. I'm not looking safe. I need help. Did the security not take me in their tiny little prisons? Because I didn't have a ticket. I was so confused. I was like, sorry, I'm trying to get home. And I'm not about this fighting life, okay? And a ticket costs 12 Rand. I don't know why you are so into your job today that I have to go to prison with blood and you haven't even asked, how can I help you? All that matters is the fact that I don't have a ticket to be on the station so that I can take the next train home. Anyway, I stayed in a cell for 4 hours after I'm Lambe, but I'm in this cell and I'm literally contemplating my life. I'm so confused. I was almost human trafficked. My drink got spiked because that's the only way I could have gone that far. And because I couldn't remember anything at all. The only way I literally could be saved from that whole thing, I had to pull out my coconut voice. How silly. I remember I was standing by the cell and I was like, sorry sir, if you don't open these gates, I am going to report you about the police. I know my rights. Bloody blah blah blah. But I had to pull out some sort of an act for them to be within and for them to be like, you know what, he's annoying now, he's making a noise, because I kept on yappering. I'm sorry, I'm going to report you. If you don't understand that I have rights and I need to get out of the cell, you need to make sure that I'm out. And I was really annoying. I was annoying on purpose because I could see they were not about me. And as much as I told myself that I'm going to spend this time and I don't have this ticket, it just was not working. And they were planning to take me out late. It was also, that idea was not going to work, not with me, because I really wanted to sort this thing out. I was very confused and I was a little bit nervous because I thought that I might have been raped, but it didn't happen. Obviously, I did all the checkups. When I got home, they eventually released me. Then I went to, I had to travel by train because that was the only mode of transport that I had that I could get home by, and I didn't have my phone. The train, the drama in the train, the tension in the train, but I wasn't also about that. Anyway, changed the train, got to the CBD from the Century side, which is the north, got to the train so that I go to the southern side of Cape Town, which is that side. I lived that side. Traveled, got home. When I got home, Davasa, cleaned myself, and I saw the amount of blood I had. You know, I was very confused why I had so much, why people would look at me, and I was like, stop looking at me. Stop looking at me. Stop looking at me. Guys, my face was filled with so much blood. And I didn't even realize how much harm was that incurred during this what is this called? During this whole human trafficking, getting spiked shebang dang dang dang. Hamba, go to the police. Our police literally asked are you the one that was about to be human trafficked? I'm like, yeah. They're like, well, yeah. I'm like, you're really not serious. And that is exactly why in South Africa we do not report cases such as there's millions of cases of different nature. Obviously, I didn't want to even go to the police, but everyone that was around me, they were like, but you have to go so that it is reported. And also the people that I lived around are very sensitive about these kind of issues. They were freaking out as I should freak out. So I didn't want to freak out because I was aware now of the lesson that I've learned with this whole situation and leaving your drink unattended and what happens, the signs. And you know what, when you see a person acting abnormally, even if they're your friend, you have to be next to them just in case. And if they are too drunk, ambani, go home. There's nothing cuter or the cutest this night, and there's nothing that's worth it. There's nothing worth staying for that night. If you really can see that your friend can't do without you, and if you feel like it's going to be a burden for you to take care of them, faka lonja ku uba ikoduke, or both of you because it is the end of the night. Party's over. Let the day begin tomorrow. Anyway, if it's anything that I really want to share, I'm still feeling a little bit weird about this story. It's be safe when you're drinking. And a lot of these things that we are told that might happen or might not happen, they will happen. And they are happening to people, just not you. And when it is your time, you really know to what extent this could happen. I could have been human trafficked. I could have been gone. This camera whole situation, shebang bang bang that I'm doing now, it could have been nothing. It could have been not even be part of my history or my story. It could have only ended up just as a dream, because now I could have been serving in a different way. I don't know what people that are human trafficked, what they do. And people that have been human trafficked or families that have lost a member, everyone gets human trafficked in a weird or different way, and it is sad that people can be lost so instantly and in that way. I really, really, really want to urge to be safe, to drink and to have the most and to have the fun, but to be very, 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 very careful and protect one another. Do protect one another. But before I even go, darlings, I'm sharing the story because I love you, and I do want to share something that's a little bit personal to me that, again, I've never shared. I am loud, I am out there, and I am quite present, and I'm very careful. This does not mean I wasn't careful. This literally is something that I did not even see coming, but now I will be extra careful, and that's something that I'm wishing upon you guys. Be extra careful, be vigilant, live your lives. But I want to say to everyone that has gotten to this point, thank you so much for $1,000. For the support and always being there. I really do appreciate it. I cannot wait to actually show you so much more that we have in our mind, in our spirit, in our hearts. And if you're brand new on this channel, make sure that your drinks is always protected. So as your energy, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, so that they can join this family and become a darling that they deserve to be. Because that's all I deal with, darlings.